Hello, everyone. It's
Hello.
lovely to have you here. If you're joining live, I've already said hello, but hello, welcome. If you're watching on the replay, welcome as well. And if you're watching streaming somewhere like LinkedIn or Facebook, also welcome. You are all in exactly the right place. Today, we're talking about something that every single person in this room has probably experienced, even if they've possibly never said it out loud. The little voice inside your head during exercise, the one that pipes up maybe halfway through a squat or halfway up a hill and says things like, why is this so hard? I should be fitter than this. I'm rubbish at this. Sorry for my amateur dramatics, but you get the message. That's what
You were
my
there.
feels like sometimes. No one likes to be told off by other people, that's for sure. And yet we do it to ourselves probably more often than we realise. And the irony is, it usually shows up when we're trying to do something good for ourselves. So today is a gentle chat about that inner critic, why it appears, how it affects your confidence and consistency, and how to soften it so your body feels easier, not heavier. You don't need to be fit already or anything like that. You can just listen in, make sense of the things in your own way, and hopefully leave with a slightly different tone in your head for the next time you move. Okay?
Yeah, great.
Sounds
Lovely. Good. Oh, right, here we go. Let's dive in. So, number one. So many buttons. Here we go. What you say to yourself mid-workout shapes your whole experience. So what do we have any, when I was giving that little intro, Jan or Linda, did anything spring to mind for you guys? Have you heard yourself say it?
Yes, particularly when I'm doing something in the gym on my own without a trainer, then I will definitely get halfway through something and think, oh, this is a bit hard. Let's not bother.
Yes.
From what you said, I felt like you had been there with me. So I agreed with all of it.
It's a very human thing. Absolutely. And my examples were going to be like looking at the clock or wishing it was over. And that when you're in that like frame of mind at that point, it's a bit like watching a boiled kettle, watching a kettle boil.
Yeah.
Or waiting for your
Literally
toast.
boiling a kettle. Sorry. I'm literally boiling a kettle.
And if you're doing nothing else, you're just waiting for it to boil. It drives you mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's definitely when this inner critic voice can pop up. And it really affects then what we say. And I don't know how much people acknowledge their inner voice and the impact it has, but it really does. And if you can become aware of it, it does then sort of has less control and taken over. But what I'm trying to say is when it is being negative like that, it takes its toll on your sort of confidence, your ability during the workout, because it sort of drags you down. And then you perhaps don't, maybe you don't work out as hard as you could have done. You don't try as hard as maybe you could have done because your mind has already gone, oh no, this is hard. Equally, if someone has an injury, another layer is if they've got like an osteoarthritic knee or just a past injury, the mind then goes, oh, we've got that in, oh, maybe it can become like another little excuse. But also the thing that if we don't acknowledge that voice is we then don't realize or notice if the exercise we're doing is creating more pain or less pain, or whether it feels good to move it. Because we're so caught up in the negative and the reaction of that, we then don't notice, oh, do you know what? Actually, oh, look, I'm actually squatting a bit lower today. I wasn't expecting this at the start. And we miss these opportunities sometimes to notice what is literally happening in the moment. Sometimes people aren't listening to their pain cues, and they actually they might even just push through them because they just think, oh, the doctor's told me I need to work hard, I just need to push through this. It stops us listening. Excuse me, I've just got some notes. I'm going to make sure I'm talking about the right things. That's it. So, and this voice is part of our ego, or the voice in our brain, however you want to think of it. And it's trying to keep us safe. So anytime we go into a stressful situation, this voice comes up, and it's a bit of a protective mechanism. And it's trying to say, no, we can't do that. Get yourself out of there. It's not safe. This isn't right. But its view is very short term, very immediate. So that's why sometimes at the start of a class, you're thinking, oh my God, get me out of here. My instructor doesn't see me, let me just go.
You were there again.
Your mind is literally like, no, we don't want to do this. We've got to protect ourselves. This is going to be hard. Because previously we've been telling ourselves, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. Why am I going? So I feel like I'm starting to get tied up in my own knots here. But yes, so listening to that voice is important, but also being like, do you know what? It's okay. This is just an exercise class. The instructor is going to reassure me. They're going to ask me what my previous, history is, if I've got any ailments, blah, blah, blah. And that it's going to be okay. Because in the long run, what we know, what we are all being told, what we probably know deep down in ourselves is true, is that exercise has a really positive benefit. It helps us be more resilient. And we were talking about this week, actually, last night in Hit and Chat, is that it allows the body to physically heal better, recover better, be stronger. It helps support the immune system. But also there's a mental resiliency that happens because you begin to realize, oh, do you know what? I can step up to these things. And when things are hard, you're proving to that ego part of your brain that actually, do you know what? This is okay. We've dealt with hard things before. This is going to be all right. And it's not about, and I'll come on to it, it's not about being fake positive and just pushing through, but it's just reassuring and having a conversation almost with that inner critic so that it can be heard, but so that you're still getting to choose what you want to do about it. So my action or my takeaway from this point is, if you can, next time you're doing some exercise or next time you're doing anything, or just notice the next time your mind gets a little bit whingy or negative Nelly, or just a bit like, that kind of 5-year-old or 15-year-old whinge comes in, and just observe it. Before you judge him or her, just observe that that's what's happening. And go, oh, there she is again, my teenage self. What does she want? What's she after? And just keep it quite light, because she's just stepping in because part of you is nervous or apprehensive, and she's speaking up for that because she wants to keep you safe. But also, the 44-year-old version of me knows a lot more than the 14-year-old version, and it can just help you carry on with exercise or get into that first exercise class, if that's what that is. And this little picture on the screen, the 2 speech bubbles, that's meant to depict your two voices. And also just a reminder that we can feel more than one thing at any one time. It's okay. It doesn't mean you're crazy. The brain is just that clever. We can hold 2 things at once. Okay, so this one is, being hard on yourself doesn't create consistency. Now, some people may stop me in my tracks there and say, yeah, Rachel, but hang on. I do show up. If I give myself a really hard time, I will turn up to the gym. And that's fine in the short term, because we can beat ourselves up a little bit to get something done, but we can't live under that sort of pressure continuously, because it's too much. And inevitably that energy will just burn out fade away and we'll just be left where we are, and we'll probably feel beaten up and probably unmotivated, or uninspired is probably a better word. So, and it also makes us like hide under a rock when we're being hard on ourselves. So the thing, where am I going? So the thing here is that when that negative voice is going on, it actually isn't very helpful because it doesn't last very long, as I was saying. So what do we do instead? What does work, especially with exercise? Because yeah, we can't beat ourselves up every week to go to a session. And that's where enjoying your sessions, finding exercise that works, and reassuring the voice in your brain that this is doing a good job or it is fun. Let the inner child version of you come out and play with exercise. Like this week, I'm not saying everyone gets to do this, but this week we were practicing with the gymnastics rings that the male gymnastics have. And I can't do it. I cannot do it. But just having fun and playing and having a go, that really sparks off a childlike, a more fun, lighter version of yourself. And when you're in exercise and it feels kind of fun and you're like, oh, do you know what? I did that a bit better than I did last week. That's when you are so much more likely to show up. If you think about, I don't know, if you think about any jobs you've had or any friends you've had or any family members you've got, there'll be one where you'll think, oh, I can't see them. It's too much like hard work. And then you'll get the other ones when you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see them because they are so much fun and it's a pleasure. And I might have to drive an hour to get there, but I don't mind because they're great company. This is similar in exercise. If you hate running, if running is not for you, just don't do it. If the thought of running a marathon doesn't inspire you, don't do it. It's okay. No one needs to run for 4+ hours. Absolutely not. It's a nice challenge, and full credit to Sarah Cox, who did her 5 days. But Jesus
Amazing.
Christ, we don't need to do that. Exercise can literally be anything from half an hour to an hour, 2 or 3 times a week. That's all. Keep it fun. And I'm sure there'll be people who say, oh, but you've got to make sure you hit certain If you are not going to the Olympics or you are not being paid to be good at your sport, it is okay to turn up and have a good time. Throw yourself around a bit. Feel a bit of muscle strain while you're doing the weights. Get a bit red and sweaty in the face while you're, doing a bit of cardio. That's it. That's all it is. So hopefully that's reassuring.
Yes.
Was there an action I wanted you to take away? Oh yes, it was to notice in your language. Look out for the words should. I should do this, and I need. Because these, when you say them, and you can just say them to yourself wherever you are right now, I should be doing this. I need to be doing that. They feel heavy. And part of you is going to go, screw you, we're not doing that, and do the exact opposite. Because whenever we're told to do something, another part of us will go, nah, don't want to. Human nature. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes it will work and it will play out in the situation. But in exercise, a lot of the time, if you find yourself saying, I should be doing, scrap it. Because you want to use words like, I get to, because not everyone gets to exercise because they want to. Well, no, actually, forget that last bit I said. Not everyone gets to exercise. And then, or use things like, if I do this, this will help me. If I turn up to this class, it's going to help me with my osteoarthritis, my arthritic knee. my sports injury that I'm coming back from. A classic one, actually, and I have fallen foul to it, is when you get given rehab exercises to do by a physio. Man, you are full of the joys of spring in the first week or two, and you'll do it religiously. And at some point, you're like, I can't be bothered. And it's like, hang on a minute. If I continue to do these, it will mean I can get back to my sport, get on the floor with my grandkids, walk my dog and be outside in the countryside for longer. Whatever it is, find yourself saying it like that. Does that make sense? Let me just check in with you both.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, I've just got the pamphlet out. I'm sure you're actually here. I have the pamphlet for the exercises before the operation. You know, please do them. Aim for 10 repetitions of each twice a day. Build up to something or other. I mean, obviously, I haven't even read the whole thing yet, but I'm supposed to be doing this today. And I thought I might do that while I'm watching you at lunchtime, but obviously I'm not because I'm eating my lunch. So, you know, I literally am going to do it a bit later, but that kind of, come on, if you do that, then the operation's going to be easy, go better. You'll be up and about better, you know, quicker. Then you do your post exercises, and then you'll be able to join Rachel and everyone quicker. But you're still, even though that side of your head is saying all that to you, the other side just go, I don't really want to have it done at all. I don't want to go through all that trauma. I can't face it. It's awful. Perhaps I'll cancel it. Perhaps it doesn't really matter if I do them or not. And that's quite a strong one at the minute, saying all that. And then I had to listen to the other side going, yes, but even if you do them and they do cancel it on Tuesday, it doesn't matter because you should be doing those things anyway. And that would be really good. So it is definitely the almost like giving yourself permission to recognize that even though there's the best motives in everything, sometimes the psyche just is still saying, you know. And so it's very what you said about I'm lucky I've got the you know, that's the bit I hadn't heard till today, was in my head I hadn't heard, but you're so lucky to get this in it under a year. Last time you waited 5 years and you're so disabled, you know. But the brain is still working with me, I think, of the memory of what happened before, which wasn't great. So there's a sort of protection thing, I think, a little bit, maybe. So it's very useful to hear that from you. That's very important to me today. Thank you. I'll shut up now.
No, you're right, Linda. I think it's a very, very useful thing to have said and to have shared. And also, I wonder if everybody could hear it. You could hear the paradox that she's in, that she wants this to happen, but this could happen. And it's this battle between the two. And I don't know, maybe there's a third voice, or maybe it's embarking on a bit of gratitude and appreciation of things that are, and just helping to find another viewpoint that just feels a bit lighter and a bit more engaging. And that's where you want to be. And then you will move forward. You know, we're human, so we're not perfect, but you may just find yourself moving forward in more of a direction you want to be in.
Yes, because this is the day after the pre-assessment tests at the hospital. You know, reality slap in the face. There you are, being fitted for the crutches. Frickin' heck. You know, given the body wash to do from Monday and the special stuff to wash your hair with and the 47 40-sip drinks to take the night before. And it's all very real suddenly, you know, very real. So all the, oh, yes, great, how amazing, went straight out the window in about 30 seconds and was replaced with absolute blind terror. And how can I get the dog looked after? And oh my God, what do you mean I've got to have someone sleep here for the 2 weeks? 1 week, surely it went into that mode. So hearing you today with the gratitude thing, yes, bring it back, Linda, straight away. Aren't I lucky? I mean, I did do a gratitude, the sun's shining, and it was beautiful out there walking the dog. It was lovely. But after that, it was, can I pot the jam, and how am I going to, and wash the dog's bedding, because ready. And the one on each shoulder are quite loud. So I think the third voice is the one I want to hear today, which is, aren't you lucky? The chance to do that. It's fine. The dog is only a dog. It's not a baby. They will survive being fed by somebody else. Fine.
Yeah.
But I was even down to, I'm going to miss the dog so much I won't be able to do it. I didn't have a dog last time, so that's obviously why I feel completely different.
Right.
But it's like madness. It's madness. What my sensible side says, that's bonkers, for God's sake. Just be grateful. You've got,
Let yourself step out and observe what you're saying, observe what you're hearing, and then choose.
Yeah,
Okay,
very interesting. Thank you.
that
I will shut up now, I promise.
but I want this. Yeah. Oh,
Thank
right.
you.
Lovely job. Thank you for sharing, Linda. I hope that's really useful to others to hear as well. So let's get on to the third takeaway, the third one. So you can shift your inner voice without being fake positive. So what do I mean by fake positive? When you're having a really bad day and then you just need to go to that dinner party with friends or family, and so you just slap the smile on and get on with it. Or when you're a kid and you go, I don't want to go, Mum, and she just shoves you through the door anyway, and you have to get on with it. There is a time and a place for that, and I get it. And there are times when we just have to step up and deal with what is in front of us. We don't have to do this about exercise. We don't. When we are in those moments of just having to do stuff, sometimes I call this my drama queen voice, or I've seen it in a few close friends, and I call them out for being a DQ or a drama queen.
Like it.
Sorry, friends. But it is just realizing that you're just creating drama. And to hang on, let me really just think about what I'm saying. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So when she kicks off, when she comes in, see, she really distracts me. I quite enjoy being a bit of a drama queen and just I think we all do. But she does. She kicks off and then we react. And that's not always what we want. And if we engage with her or him, I find she gets louder. If I try and argue with her, she'll get louder. But I can't. This isn't fair. I don't want to. And all of that comes out. But if we're trying to be like, no, come on, you must do this. No, come on, she'll go, but I don't want to. And it just becomes this little bit of a fight. So we don't want to ignore her because she will shout louder. So it's about listening and hearing what she's got to say. And maybe it's things like when you're in an exercise class, or if you're at the gym by yourself, or maybe you're taking part in sport for the first time. I know there's a lot of walking football and walking netball out there. Is acknowledging it like, ooh, I've never done this before. We're going to go anyway. Let's be curious. Or I can't believe I'm actually here, God, I've actually got my trainers on and I'm chatting to all the other people in the room and I'm actually getting on with this. Wow. I'm really acknowledging. I guess that's a lot about being in the moment. When people say, oh, you need to be in the moment, just recognizing where you are, really centering yourself, and sometimes getting out of your own head and getting into your body and moving around can really help. I also wrote things like, oh, the instructor's good, or I like this venue, or shame they haven't got a shower, but I like this venue. Just really just in the moment, notice the things around you. A bit like Linda said with noticing the sunshine outside today when she's walking her dog. Just really notice where you're at in the moment. And then this can really just help your internal voice feel a bit calmer, a bit less reactionary, and you're actually taking action steps and you're being productive. And that feels really good. And that reassures part of your ego or your drama queen character that actually, do you know what, things are okay. This is going to be all right. it doesn't need to be as exhausting and as hard work as I think it's going to be. So my action from this one was, let me read what I put. Next time the drama queen perks up, stop, listen, choose. Choose how to react. We often overreact, as I think I've done a good job of explaining, but we often don't see it until after. So if you can witness or observe it in the moment, that can be really useful and really powerful for us to stop old habits that you have. Because you might immediately leap to, I'm not doing that class again, that was awful. When actually, you know, in the long run, it can become really beneficial. So I think that is all I've got to say today on those 3 things. Any questions, any feedback before I do a little wrap up?
Well, excellent. Yeah, lots of food for thought, lots of thinking about listening as opposed to just reacting.
Yeah. Fab. All right then, let me go to the little closing speech then and wrap this up. Oh God, I can't find it. Oh no, it's okay. I've got it. So thank you so much for being here, genuinely. I hope this has given you a bit of breathing room around your inner voice. It's not about shutting it up or pretending everything is fine. It's just about softening the tone so it doesn't stop you doing the things you want to do. If you'd like to watch any part of this back, the replay will be in your inbox tomorrow morning, probably, maybe before. And if you want support, consistency, and a group who get it, you're always welcome inside Hit and Chat. I know Jan and Linda have had a good experience.
Yes.
That's where we take conversations like this into real movement and real progress. So thank you. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for spending this time with me. And I guess I will see you at the next session. Let me stop sharing the screen.
I personally will look forward to whatever the next one is. These 2 that I've been just brilliant.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Jan. The next one, I didn't put that slide up actually, is the 11th of December. It's a Thursday again at 1 o'clock.
Lovely.
Lovely. Well, when I'm in between my recuperation exercises and my getting up and down, it takes me half an hour, hopefully quicker this time. I will listen and watch and do, and I found them really insightful. The chap I listened to was amazing. When you have a guest, but you are equally interesting. And I tend to find I think about it for the rest of the afternoon. So it's more like it's a pebble in a pond that then keeps going for the rest of the day. So thank you very much for spending the time.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. All right.
Nice to see you, Jan. Speak soon.
Nice to see you, Linda. Yeah, look forward to it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.